And then let's get nice and comfy, sitting up nice and tall. Relaxing the shoulders down and away from the ears. There's someone as well. And then just closing down the eyes. As always, just a few little breaths to arrive in your practice. Make sure the tailbone is kind of slightly turning under so that the lower back lengthens, and as always, softening the shoulders away from the ears and make sure there's no hunch through the upper body. And then just start to take a big breath in through the nose and a big sigh through the mouth. And again, a big breath in. And a big sigh. Once more, big breath in. And then a sigh. And close the lips, inhale. And exhale through the nose. Another breath in. And an exhale. Take one more breath in. And then an exhale. And just breathe it in for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Just keep going with that breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Right, next inhale, get the shoulder to roll up to the ears. And exhale, draw them down. Once again, inhale to give them a roll up. And exhale, draw them down. And then just bring your hands to clasp behind the back. As you inhale, squeeze the palms, roll the shoulders open through the chest. Then keep the hands clasped, bring both of them over to the left hand side. And then drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. And just keep the eyes closed, take a little side neck stretch. If you want to, you can gently rock the head back and forward whilst it stays tilted to the side. Nice, and then just keep your right hand where it is, and then just slide your left hand over in front of the body to the right thigh, and just take a little twist. So lengthen through the spine, gazing out over your right shoulder. Great, then keep your left hand where it is. Inhale, just reach that right arm all the way up. And then as you exhale, kind of pull on your right thigh as you take a little side stretch. Activate your core here as well. It's going to take a little bit of core strength to keep you up. Great, and then inhale, just reach the arms up, lengthen and lift. And as you exhale, circle the hands down, bring them forward. Make sure one foot is slightly in front of the other and just start to tiptoe the fingertips forward as you fold on down over those legs. Maybe stay up on your fingertips here and just keep walking those fingertips forward so you can really try and lengthen out the spine. We breathe some length into it. Taking a breath in and a breath out. Start to walk the hands back in towards you. Just uncross the legs so opposite leg comes in front, whichever one you didn't do, and we'll take it the second side. Hands clasped behind the back, squeeze the palms, roll the shoulders open, lift through the chest as you inhale. And as you exhale, keep the hands clasped, bring them over to the right hand side and drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Couple of breaths first, and then Maybe if you want to, you can add a little bit of a rock forward and back with that head. Just breathing into the side of the neck. Great. And now keep your left hand where it is. Start to bring your right hand in front of the body over to the left thigh. And then just take it into the twist, lengthen the spine, draw the lower belly in as you rotate to gaze over that back shoulder. And keep your right arm where it is. Inhale, the left arm lifts up. And as you exhale, kind of lean over to your right hand side as you let the left hand fall up and over by the ear. Pull on your left thigh to help you twist your body open. Great, and then inhale, both hands reach up, we lengthen and we lift. And exhale, release the hands down, bring them in front. And once again, we tiptoe the fingertips forward as we fold over our legs. Encouraging the hips down, encouraging the knees into the mat. And breathe some breath into the spine. We'll take one more inhale. And then exhale, walk the hands back in front. Great, and then just work your way forward. Let's start to move a little bit, come into your tabletop position. And we'll start to move the body. So cat and cows, inhale, let's drop the belly, open the chest, gaze forward. And then exhale, round through the spine. And again, just start to move with your own breath here. Through your cat and cows, or maybe you want to take it into some barrel rolls, or maybe you want to start to circle the hips. So no right or wrong here, just take some movement into the body, take it a little bit bigger, wherever feels good. So anything that needs a little bit of a wiggle, just take it into a couple more breaths. Taking one more inhale. And then exhale, tabletop position. Great, from here, keep the right knee bent, but lift the right knee up as you inhale. And then exhale, draw the knee in towards the belly, squeeze. Inhale, stand it up. And then exhale, squeeze it in. And again, inhale, send it up. And then exhale, squeeze it in. And then inhale, straighten out that right leg. Flex the foot and send it all the way over to the left-hand side as far as you can. Plant the toes. Push your hips to the right as you gaze back over your left shoulder. There, keep stretching there. And then start to pick that right leg back up. Inhale, and as you exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. Drop the right hand inside the right foot. Turn your left toes in. Inhale, the right arm lifts. Lengthen there. So you're kind of pushing that right knee open with the back of the right tricep. Feeling into those hips. Then start to lift your chest up. Just bring your hands onto your hips. Kind of straighten out through your right leg. And then as you inhale, just bend into that right knee deep. And then exhale, bring it back up. So inhale, bend into that right knee. And then exhale, bring it up. Once more, inhale, bend. And then exhale, bring it up. And then just bend into that right knee, drop your right hand down again. Send that left hand up and over by the ear. Take a breath. And then exhale. This time, inhale, lift the chest up. Bring your hands to shoulder height. Drop your left hand to the back of the mat. Straighten your right leg as you reach your right arm up and over by the ear. That's it, little banana through the body, and then maybe pick up the right foot. Maybe bend the right knee, see if you can reach the right hand around for the toes. Then kick the toes into the hands so you open out through your chest. So keep pushing the hips forward, keep breathing. One more breath in. And then exhale, re-straighten the arm, re-straighten the leg. Drop the right hand down, drop the right toes down, spin to the back of the mat. As you do that, turn your left toes in slightly and slide your right knee in behind your left. Come onto your fingertips, push your hips back. So we're coming into that outer hip stretch that we've done lots of times before. Push the hips back towards the heels, allow the left knee to come off. Breathe into those outer hips. Nice. And then plant the hands. Inhale, come forward, uncross the legs. And then exhale, push the hips to the heels, child's pose. Just for one breath here, inhale. And then exhale, come forward. We're going to send it back opposite direction. So left leg, inhale, lift it up, keep the knee bent. And then exhale, squeeze the knee to the nose round. Inhale, send the left leg up. And then exhale, hug the knee to the nose. And again, inhale, send the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. And then inhale, the left leg goes straight, flex the foot. Send the left foot as far over to the right side as you can, plant the toes. Push your hips to the left as you gaze on out over your right shoulder. Breathe it here, another inhale. And then as you exhale, pick up that left foot and set the left foot in between the hands. Bring your left hand inside of your left foot, turn your right toes in. Inhale, the right arm lifts up. Kind of use the back of that left shoulder to push the left knee open. Couple of breaths here, working into the hip. Nice, now start to lift your chest up, bring your hands onto your hips, straighten out through your left leg. And as you inhale, deep bend into that left knee. And then exhale, bring it back. Inhale, bend. And exhale, bring it back. And again, inhale, bend. And then exhale, bring it back. And then bend into the left knee, bring your left hand back to the inside of the left foot, right hand up and over by the ear. So back where we came from, one breath. And then exhale, inhale, lift your chest, hands to shoulder height. Start to bring your right hand to the back to the front of the mat as you straighten your left leg, left hand up and over by the ear. So back to the front of the mat there, right arm down. Maybe you start to pick up the left foot. Maybe see if you can bend it and take hold of the left foot with the left hand. Once you catch it, push the foot into the hand, open through your chest, gaze on up. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, we straighten the left leg, straighten the left hand, bring the left hand down. As you spin to the front of the mat, turn your right toes in slightly, slide the left knee in behind the right, and then push the hips back, allowing that right knee to come off as you fold. Breathing here. Taking one more breath in. And as you exhale, start to come on forward again. Uncross the legs. This time we start to tuck the toes, lift the hips, and we're going to work into our first downward dog. And as always, movement invites a movement in, a little bit of a wiggle around. Feel the tightness, open the chest, open the shoulders. Lovely, and then come high up onto your tiptoes and start to tiptoe those feet in to the front of the mat, drawing the belly in as you come all the way forward into your ragdoll. Opposite hand to elbow, drop the head and start to sway from side to side. Then just soften your hands, let them dangle, keep your head heavy, and as you gently unwind, rolling up the spine, let it all unwind, vertebrae by vertebrae coming to the top. And when you get there, shoulders down away from the ears, and a big breath out through the mouth. Okay, bring the feet to touch. Inhale it, reach the arms up, lift, lengthen, gaze up. Exhale, fold over the legs. halfway lift. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. And then exhale, fold, drop the right foot back and drop the right knee. Great, bring your left hand inside of the left foot. Start to walk your fingertips to the top right hand corner of the room and then try to melt your chest down to the inside of that left leg. Keep dropping the hips at the same time, but keep the legs engaged. It's quite a deep hip opener here to begin. Nice. Start to walk the hands back in towards you. Right arm down, inhale, the left hand reaches forward, and then as you reach it behind, maybe tuck your right toes, lift your right knee as your left hand reaches back. Great, one breath in here. And then exhale, left hand down, step it back, high plank as you inhale. And then as you exhale, lower your knees, chest and chin. Inhale, lift your chest through a cobra. And then exhale, really, send it back, find your downward dog. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. From here, right leg, inhale, lift it high. Start to bend the knee, open through the hip. Then inhale, re-extend the right leg. And as you exhale, draw the right knee towards the nose. Now cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh as if you're in your standing pigeon. Bend into your left knee and kind of push your hips back. Great, now gaze forward, keep your right foot as it is, but drop your left knee down towards the mat. You'll have to kind of point your toes, so your right ankle is crossed over your left thigh. Great, now untuck your left toe, start to push your hips back onto your heel, keeping your right leg as it is. So kind of a seated pigeon pose. Great, then come on forward, draw that right knee back in towards the nose, and then exhale, shoot the right leg straight back behind you, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee and you're back to your three-leg dog. Take a breath in here, and then exhale, drop your right foot, soften through your knees and start to walk the feet forward to the front of the mat. Final halfway lift, inhale, we lengthen. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, lift tall. And as we exhale, let's dive all the way back down again as we fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale, fold, left foot steps back as we drop the left knee. Bring the hands inside of the right foot and then start to tiptoe those palms to the top left-hand corner of the mat as you sink your chest. Get deep into those thighs. Easier to be on your fingertips here, you choose. Lovely. Walk the hands back in towards you. Left hand down, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, inhale, the right arm lifts. And then exhale, reach the right arm behind you, fingertips face up, extra breath. And then exhale, bring the right hand down, step it back through a vinyasa, knees, chest, chaturanga. Through your cobra, or your up dog. And then exhale back into your downward dog. Lovely, and then that left leg, inhale, we lift it high. As you exhale, bend the knee and open out through your hip. Inhale, re-extend your left leg. And then exhale, knee in towards the nose. Now cross your left ankle, flex it on top of your right thigh. And almost soften your right knee slightly as you bend and push your hips back. Now you keep the cross, but you'll probably need to point your left toe as you bring your right knee down towards the mat. Great, inhale, we just look forward slightly. And then exhale, push the hips back towards the heels. Keep that left ankle crossed on top. Maybe flex the foot again so you really feel it deep into that glute. Then start to come on forward. See if you can squeeze the left knee in towards the nose. And then send the left leg straight out behind you. Tuck your right toe. See if you can lift your right knee. Come back to your three-leg dog. Take a breath in. And then exhale. Drop the left foot. Great. Start to soften through the knees. Gaze forward and then walk or step the feet forward to the front. Find your halfway lift when you get here as you inhale. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Lifting tall. And then exhale, palms through to the heart center. From here, inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step or float through your vinyasa, knees, chest, chaturanga. Great, now from here, step your feet out as wide as the mat and turn your toes out slightly so your toes are off the mat, your heels are in. Now soften your knees, start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Find your malasana at the back of your mat. Push your elbows onto your knees if you can take your hands off. Encourage the knees out, lift your chest, relax your shoulders away from your ears. Great. Now let's push into the feet. Inhale, let's come all the way up to standing lift. Exhale, hands to the heart center, tiptoe those feet in. Now draw the right knee in towards the chest. And as you exhale, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. See if you can find, without falling over, your standing pigeon pose. Hold it here, feeling into that hip, feeling into the glutes. Great, then come up to standing. We draw our right knee in towards the chest. Inhale. And as we exhale, take a step forward with that right foot, warrior three. Start to pick up your left foot, lean your chest forward. Lovely, inhale here. And as you exhale, drop your hands down to the mat, find your standing splits as you fold your body and lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. Try not to sink into that right hip, completely lift your belly up and out. Take a breath. And then as you exhale, soften both knees, start to bring your left knee to the ground on the outside of your right foot so that you should sit your hips back to the floor. Right foot over the left thigh, left hand behind. Right hand behind, inhale, the left hand lifts. And then exhale, left elbow outside of the right thigh as you twist the gaze over your back shoulder. Little twist and rotate there, keep breathing. One more breath in. And then exhale, little counter twist. Twist to the left, opposite way round. Great, and then just release, uncross your legs slightly, but keep your left knee in, bring your right foot out in front. Lose a little bit of momentum, so rock back slightly, and then roll forward. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. This time you're sitting on your left heel, and then open your left hand up towards the ceiling. Great. Now start to bring that left hand down towards the mat. Start to turn your left toes forward, tuck your left toes, lift your left knee, rock it back and forward in your lizard pose. If you need to tiptoe the right foot, open a little bit, you can. And then inhale, step it back, find a high plank. And then exhale, vinyasa. Lifting through the cobra or up dog and work your way back to your downward dog. Great, let's gaze forward, lift the heels, soften the knees, step, float or walk your way forward. Find a little halfway lift and fold as you exhale. Inhale, rise to standing, reach tall. And then exhale, fold forward over the legs. Find the halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float through a vinyasa or skip it if you want to. That's always an option. And we meet back in our downward dogs. Trying to just feel the body wake up more. Starting to get a little bit more open in those downward dogs. So let's take on our second side. So those feet step out wide as the mat and turn your toes out. So your heels are in the mat and the toes are off. Now soften your knees as you walk your hands back into your malasana at the back of your mat. Adjust your feet as necessary. Push the knees open, maybe it's the fingertips that can come together if you're quite open in your hips. Relax the shoulders, lift the chest, close the eyes. Breathe it here. Great, now let's push into the feet. Inhale, start to come up to standing. Reach tall. And then exhale, palms to the heart center, tiptoe those feet back hip distance. Balance on the second side. So left knee draws in, find your gaze point. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh as you sit your hips back and you come and find your standing pigeon. So keep encouraging that left knee open, just keep sitting the hips back. And then gently we will come back up. We'll draw the left knee in towards the chest. And then we'll take a step forward with that left foot and warrior three as we pick up that back foot. Lean the chest forward, maybe your left knee is soft. Just one more breath. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. You're coming into your standing splits as your body folds and your right leg goes up towards the ceiling. So feel that hamstring lengthen. You're not there for long, just another breath in. And then exhale, soften both knees. So you're bringing your right knee all the way down to the mat, to the outside of that left foot, so that when you sit your hips back, your left foot is crossed over your right thigh. Now left hand behind you, inhale, the right arm lifts. Exhale, twist. Right elbow outside of the thigh as you gaze back over your left shoulder. Just enjoy a few breaths in that twist. One more inhale. And then exhale, counter twist, twist to your right arm side, whatever feels good, arm roll. And then back in towards center. So keep your right leg as it is, just uncross that left leg. Little bit of momentum, so just rock back. And as you rock forward, you come onto that right heel, drop your left hand down, and then your right arm lifts open towards the ceiling. Now start to release that right hand down. Spin your right toes kind of back to center, maybe heel toe the left foot open. Tuck your back knee and then just maybe rock back and forth. Find that lizard pose there. Stretch out the hips. Now inhale, you step it back, you find a high plank. And then exhale, vinyasa. Do your cobra or your up dog. And exhale, you're in your downward dog. Just enjoy it here for a moment, breathing in and breathing out. And then we'll just lift the right leg high as we inhale. Exhale, we'll step the right foot in between the hands. Drop the left heel down, bring the right hand inside. As you inhale, open the left hand up towards the ceiling and just hold it here. Again, we're working on that inner thigh. Now really ground down into the feet, start to lift your chest all the way up, warrior two. Transition, flip the front palm, inhale to reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, lift your chest up, straighten out through your right leg as you move into your Trikonasana. Right arm down, left hand lifts up. So really find length through the right side of the body, keep the thighs engaged. Now start to drop your left hand away from you as if it's heading towards the left hip. Allow the hand to fall all the way to the floor, spin onto your left toes as you drop the left hand down. Bend into the right knee, inhale, the right arm lifts, open up. Now start to tiptoe your right foot out to the side a little bit, so the toes turn at an angle, and then as you exhale, roll to the outside edge of both feet as you sink the hips down, reach back with the right hand. I've done this transition before, keep your push into your left hand and see if you can just slide that left knee forward slightly so it bends, and then you can drop your hips down towards the mat. So you should end with your right knee on top of your left knee. You might need to sit on a block here if this is too tight. So hold on to the feet or take your full pose with your right hand behind the back, left hand clasp. Inhale, lift your chest wherever you are, and then exhale, fold. So just hold on to your feet if you don't want to do the full expression of the pose. This is super tight. You can take a strap here as well for this fold. Just breathing into those outer hips. Nice. Taking one more breath in. And then gently release as you exhale. All right, going back towards that right foot. So turn the right foot back forward, bring the fingertips to the front of the mat. Then you're gonna push into the right foot. Inhale, just lift that left leg up. Find a standing splits just for a breath. And then exhale, step that left foot back. Vinyasa if you want it. And we'll meet back in down dog. And then from there, left leg, inhale, lifts. And as you exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Drop your right heel down, left hand inside of the left foot. And then as you inhale, open up that right arm up towards the ceiling. Great, ground into the feet, start to lift your chest up. Warrior two, flip your left palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, you lift your chest up, you straighten through your left leg, keep reaching forward and past the foot, and then find your way to your triangle pose. Great, little bit of a rotation, keep lengthening, take an extra inhale. And then as you exhale, the right arm moves away from you, so towards the back of the room, let it drop. As the right hand comes inside of the left foot, spin onto the right toes. Inhale, left arm opens up. Easy twist. Now tiptoe that left foot out to the side, so the toes turn out. And then as you reach your left hand back, roll to the outer edge of both feet as you sink the hips down low. Great, now kind of push the left foot into the mat as you slide that right knee forward slightly so it bends, and then you should be able to sit your hips back on top. So wiggle around so that your left knee is comfortable on top of that right knee trying to stack. If you're going for the bind, this time it's the left hand that bends and the right hand comes behind, or just hold on to the feet. Great, take a breath in there. And then exhale, forward fold over the legs. breathing into those outer hips. Taking one more breath in. And then exhale. Come on up again. All right, last little bit of work. Going back to the front of the mat, we're going to kind of use some momentum, push it to the left foot. As you come forward, that right foot picks up. Find a standing split. Take a breath in. And then exhale, right foot back. Send it through your final vinyasa if you want it. And then all the way back into your downward dog. Great. And then we're going to make our way to seated. So let's just gaze forward. We're going to come down to kneeling here. Cross the feet behind us, and then you might be able to roll over the feet as you bring them around in front. I like that transition. Let's flex the feet, lift up the squishy bits of the bum so we're right on those sitting bones, and then inhale, lift up, lengthen, and as you exhale, take your forward fold. Use props if you have straps and want to use them here, you can. Coming into your last couple of postures, breathing into those hamstrings. Gonna hold this one for a little bit longer, just some extra breaths. One more breath in, and then exhale. Lift your chest. So a little counter pose, bring the hands on the floor behind you, bend those knees. Let's just inhale, lift the hips up, open up through the chest, push into the feet, keep lifting up. And then exhale, bring the hips back down again. Make sure that you've got enough room on the mat behind you. Reach the fingertips forward and then roll on down. Coming all the way down onto the mat. Use the core strength. And bring yourself back down. All right, just a little bit of a bridge pose. So bend the knees so the feet are flat on the floor, about hip distance apart. You should be able to tickle your ankles with your fingertips. Push into the palms, start to peel your hips up off the mat. I'm just going to take it into a little bridge pose. We won't take it further than this because we haven't done much back bending. Maybe you want to clasp your hands underneath the back and just kind of shimmy, so you move to the outer edges of those shoulders. And then just really push into the feet, start to lift those hips up. Careful that knees don't splay out as you're squeezing a little ball. Just coming into a final few breaths, just a tiny bit of a back opener. A couple more breaths, maybe you can get a little bit more depth there. Push into those heels, into those toes. One more breath in. And then release the hands and start to roll yourself all the way back down. Great, when you get to the bottom, just let those knees window wipe from left to right, keeping the knees bent. Just a little bit of a movement for the hips. And then final little hug. Squeeze the knees in towards the chest. Maybe head come up to the knees into a little ball. Breath in. And exhale, release. Release the hands, release the legs. And then just release the back of the head onto the mat. Maybe the chin slightly tucks in so that you keep the back of the neck nice and long. Notice any opening that you might feel in the hips, quite a hippie class today. To hold a lot of emotions there, so if you feel like an energetic release, that might be why. And just allow your body to settle. Allow your mind to slow. Just breathe it here. Start to bring some awareness back into the deep bodily, wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes, moving their neck, and then just finding that bigger stretch, bringing the feet to touch, hands over the head, wake yourselves back up. And then just roll it over onto one side, pause it there. And then start to come back up to seated, keeping the spine long, eyes closed. Bring the palms to touch at the heart center when you get here. And then we'll just take a big breath in through the nose. And a big sigh through the mouth. Bring the thumb knuckles onto the forehead. May we have kind thoughts. Slide them down to the lips. May we have kind words. And then finally back to your heart center. May we have kind hearts. Bow your head towards your hands. Namaste.